Did you know that your morning cup of coffee has a history as rich and dark as its flavor? Let's travel back in time to the ancient Ethiopian plateau where the story of coffee begins. Picture a humble goat herder named Kaldi. One day, Kaldi notices his goats prancing around with unusual vigor after nibbling on some red berries. Intrigued by this spectacle, Kaldi decides to sample these mysterious berries himself. Lo and behold, he too feels a surge of energy coursing through his veins, his tired eyes now wide open to the world around him. The news of these magic berries quickly spreads throughout the region, and soon, everyone is buzzing about the energizing properties of these unique berries. And just like that, coffee, the drink that wakes up millions of people around the world every day, was discovered. That's how, according to legend, the energizing properties of coffee were discovered. From the Ethiopian highlands, coffee embarked on an incredible journey. The humble coffee bean, once a hidden treasure of Ethiopia, was destined for a grand voyage that would span continents. In the 15th century, Yemeni traders, intrigued by this energetic fruit, brought it across the Red Sea. In the bustling markets of Yemen, the beans were roasted, ground, and brewed for the first time, marking the birth of the beverage we know and love. The rich aroma and invigorating effect of this new drink quickly captured the hearts of the Yemeni people, and coffee houses, known as Kave Kane, began to sprout across the land. But the coffee wave didn't stop there. In 1475, the very first coffee house opened its doors in Constantinople, now Istanbul, introducing this magical brew to a whole new audience. From there, it was only a matter of time before the coffee craze spread across the globe. And so, the humble coffee bean began to conquer the world. As coffee spread, it sparked a social revolution. Imagine strolling through the cobbled streets of 17th century Europe, stepping into a bustling coffee house. These places were known as penny universities, a testament to the intellectual currency they held. For the price of a cup of coffee, one could participate in stimulating conversations, exchange ideas, and even challenge the status quo. They were the epicenters of the Age of Enlightenment, a hive of thought and innovation. Fast forward to today, and the spirit of the coffee house lives on. Our modern coffee shops have evolved into social hubs, where people from all walks of life gather. They serve as meeting spots for friends, makeshift offices for freelancers, and even stages for aspiring musicians. Coffee shops continue to foster creativity, collaboration, and community, proving that whether it's the 17th century or the 21st, coffee fuels not just individuals but society as a whole. Coffee, it seems, has always been at the heart of human connection. But coffee's history isn't all uplifting. While we relish the aromatic brew, it's important to acknowledge the darker chapters of coffee's story. The luscious green coffee plantations we often imagine were once colonial estates, where the bitter reality of slave labor prevailed. From the 17th to the 19th century, enslaved people toiled under harsh conditions to meet the world's growing coffee demand. Let's spare a moment to reflect on these workers, who were deprived of basic human rights, forced to work in grueling conditions, often without adequate food or shelter. They were the backbone of the industry, yet they lived in a state of constant hardship and despair. As we savor our morning coffee, let's also remember the hands that picked the beans, the lives that were intertwined with the history of coffee, and the sacrifices they made. It's a sobering reminder of the price paid for our daily cup. Despite its murky past, coffee continues to evolve. The future of coffee faces some stormy weather, quite literally. Climate change poses a significant threat to coffee cultivation, with rising temperatures and unpredictable rainfall patterns. However, the industry is brewing up solutions. From shade-grown coffee that reduces deforestation and promotes biodiversity, to drought-resistant varieties of coffee plants, innovation is at the heart of coffee's future. Additionally, there's a growing emphasis on sustainability and fair trade. Practices like direct trade are gaining ground, ensuring farmers get a fair price for their beans. This not only supports the livelihoods of coffee growers, but also encourages sustainable farming practices. Furthermore, movements like third wave coffee are redefining our relationship with this beloved beverage. It's all about appreciating the complexity of flavor in each cup, understanding where it comes from, and how it's made. So next time you sip your coffee, remember, you're not just drinking a beverage, but a piece of history.